Walt Disney World gives you nearly unlimited ways to spend money. But not every add-on improves every vacation. Some genuinely make a trip better, some depend entirely on how you travel, and others simply may not be worth the added cost. In this recurring series, we'll take 3 Disney experiences and rate them. Worth it? Maybe? Or skip? These are our recommendations, however, not universal rules. We'll explain why each one received its rating and point out the situations that might move it into a different category. For our first episode, we're evaluating 3 of Walt Disney World's biggest vacation add-ons: Lightning Lane Multipass, Park Hopper, and the Disney Dining Plan. First up, Lightning Lane Multipass. This is worth it. Lightning Lane Multipass is Disney's paid system for reserving shorter waits at select attractions. It is purchased separately for each guest and park day, and pricing does vary by park and date. Because prices change, we recommend checking the My Disney Experience app for the most accurate pricing for your actual dates. Multipass covers many, but not all, attractions in each park. Some of the newest or most in-demand rides are sold separately as Lightning Lane Single Pass attractions. One perk of staying at a Disney Resort hotel, or certain other eligible hotels, is earlier access to Lightning Lane passes. With Lightning Lane Multipass, you can choose up to 3 attractions and arrival windows in one park before your visit. Eligible hotel guests can purchase passes and make selections 7 days before the first day of their stay, covering their entire stay up to 14 days. Other guests generally begin 3 days before each ticketed park day. After you redeem your first selection, or after its arrival window passes, you can choose another available multipass experience in the app. You can continue adding selections one at a time, subject to availability. Checking for a new selection as soon as you redeem the current one is one of the best ways to get more value from the pass. One important limitation, however, is that Multipass provides only 1 Lightning Lane entry per attraction per day. If you use it for Soarin' and want to ride it again, for example, the second ride must be through standby. So why is this our worth it choice? For us, the biggest value is time. Disney parks are open for only so many hours during the day, and on busy days, standby waits for popular attraction can be measured in hours rather than minutes. Disney park tickets are expensive, and Multipass can help you spend less of your park day standing in line. The time saved can go towards more attractions, or shows, dining, character experiences, or simply enjoying the park at a less rushed pace. It's especially valuable on shorter trips, on higher crowd days, and at Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, or Epcot, where several popular attractions can develop long waits. One strategy that we have found useful is combining early entry with Multipass. Eligible Disney Resort Hotel and other select hotels guests can enter the parks 30 minutes before regular opening. We have used that time to ride an attraction through standby with little to no wait, then used a Lightning Lane for that same attraction later after the park becomes busier. Because the first ride was through standby, it did not use our Lightning Lane entry for that attraction. The biggest drawback, in our opinion, is that Lightning Lane Multipass requires active planning. Someone needs to make the initial selections before the trip and continue checking the app during that day for the new or improved return times. Guests who want to limit their phone use may find it frustrating, but when the system is used actively, that phone time can translate into less time in standby and more time experiencing the parks. It's worth noting Multipass may not be needed every day. It could be unnecessary during a lower crowd period, on a longer trip with plenty of park time, or when only a few attractions matter to your group. It can also provide less value at Animal Kingdom, where there are fewer rides and many worthwhile shows, trails, and animal experiences that do not use Lightning Lane. Even with those exceptions, our recommendation is to strongly consider Lightning Lane Multipass, especially for Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, Epcot, shorter trips, and busy travel periods. It may not give you more hours in the day, but when used well, it can feel like a bit of a cheat code, helping you do more with the park time that you do have. Next up is Park Hopper, which we rate as a maybe. It allows you to visit more than one Walt Disney World theme park on the same day. It is worth noting that for standard multi-day tickets, Park Hopper is added to the entire ticket rather than to one selected day. Whether that flexibility is worth paying for depends on your trip length, experience level, transportation plans, and park hours. Park Hopper can be very useful on longer trips, however. After spending a full day in each park, you may want to return to a favorite attraction, catch something you missed, go back to Epcot for dinner, or end the evening with a different nighttime show. Pro tip: Park Hopper can be especially useful when park schedules are uneven. Animal Kingdom often closes earlier than the other parks, and Magic Kingdom has shortened regular operating hours on select nights during the Halloween and Christmas party seasons. On those days, you can begin in the park that closes early and move elsewhere for dinner, attractions, or nighttime entertainment. We used this strategy on a recent trip and found it very useful. Park Hopper can also work well with Lightning Lane Multipass. Your initial 3 selections must be in the same park, but after redeeming your first selections, guests with Park Hopper benefits can choose another available Multipass experience in another park, subject to availability. However, park hopping always uses time. You still need to exit the first park you're in, wait for transportation, travel, and enter the next park. If your itinerary does not have a specific reason for changing parks, the flexibility may not justify the added cost or disruption to your trip. That added complexity can be especially challenging on a first visit when you're still learning the park layouts, the transportation system, and how long it takes to move around the resort. We think most first-time visitors will get more out of their park days by focusing on one park at a time. Our recommendation is to skip the Park Hopper on most first visits and many shorter trips. Spending a full day in one park is usually simpler and allows you to experience more without adding transportation logistics. This can be especially true when you already have access to early entry and are using Lightning Lane Multipass to make better use of your time in that park. We would consider adding Park Hopper for longer stays, experienced visitors, or days when one park closes significantly earlier than the others. That is why Park Hopper lands in the maybe category. Do not buy it only because the flexibility sounds appealing. Buy it when you know how that flexibility will improve your itinerary. The third add-on we're rating today is the Disney Dining Plan, and this falls into our skip category. Dining plans let you prepay for a set number of meals and snacks as part of an eligible vacation package. That can make a trip feel more all-inclusive because much of your food spending is handled before you arrive. In 2026, Disney offers the Disney Quick Service Dining Plan and the Disney Dining Plan, which includes table service meals. In 2027, Disney is expanding the program to 3 tiers. The plans are based on the number of nights in your stay and must cover your entire travel party, ages 3 and older, for the full length of your stay. You cannot add the plan only for selected guests. Depending on the tier, each guest receives a combination of quick service meals, table service meals, snacks, and a resort refillable mug. Credits can be used flexibly throughout the trip, but anything unused expires at midnight on your checkout day. Plans are accepted only at participating locations. Some premium dining experiences require more than 1 table service credit, and gratuities are generally not included. So why do we recommend skipping it in most cases? We used the quick service dining plan during one stay, and our biggest surprise was how much food and drink it actually included. We often prefer to share a meal or a snack instead of ordering one for every person. With the plan, we found ourselves choosing between ordering more than we wanted and leaving prepaid credits unused. That changed the way we ate. Instead of ordering food based only on what sounded good, we were also thinking about how many credits remained. For us, that made dining less flexible rather than more convenient. Plans that include table service meals can create a similar issue. We enjoy character meals in signature restaurants, but we would not want to schedule enough full-service meals to use those credits on every trip. Table service dining can take a significant amount of park time, and the included food may be more than your group would normally order. The refillable mug is a nice feature, but it is most useful for guests who spend meaningful time at Disney resorts. Refills are available at participating quick service locations at Disney Resorts Collection hotels rather than inside theme parks. We have also found that the mugs aren't very leak-proof, so carrying one around all day can be inconvenient and frankly messy. There are situations where a dining plan can make sense. It may appeal to guests who strongly value prepaying, want a more all-inclusive feeling, expect to order higher-priced included items, or have an itinerary built around participating restaurants. Promotions, such as a free or discounted dining for children, can also improve the value for some families. But prepaid does not automatically mean discounted. Our recommendation is to estimate the cost of the meals your group would realistically order, not the meals that you would need in order to maximize the plan. If paying as you go will cost less or give you more flexibility, then it's best to skip the plan. For most guests paying full price, we see the dining plan primarily as a convenience product rather than a money-saving one. Unless convenience is your main goal, and your dining habits closely match the included credits, our recommendation is to skip the dining plan and pay as you go. Otherwise, it could end up costing you more overall. So where do these 3 add-ons all land? Worth it. Lightning Lane Multipass. We recommend it for most trips when you are willing to plan ahead and use it actively. Maybe. Park Hopper. Add it when you have a specific itinerary that benefits from visiting more than one park in a day, not simply because the flexibility sounds appealing. Skip. The Disney dining plan for most guests paying full price, unless you have estimated your meal costs and know that the convenience or an available promotion justifies the price. The goal of this series is to help you decide which Disney experiences deserve your time, money, and attention based on your priorities, and which may be worth skipping altogether. We make practical Disney World planning videos with honest recommendations about what is, and is not, worth your time, money, and energy. Subscribe for more worth it, maybe, or skip decisions, along with resort and dining reviews, ride POVs, walkthroughs, and practical planning advice for your next Walt Disney World vacation. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you real soon.